Jonathan was stomping like a child into the desert, returning an hour later with a few rabbits as Joan was teaching Wanyanyekova how to operate some devices. This is a D44. Not a cube, it combines surface computer and nanotechnology, said Joan before he excused himself, eyeballing Jonathan out of frustration. Walking toward his brother in a harsh but calm voice, Joan said, "We don't need to be who we once were. We don't need to act the way we once did. The way we were surviving. Now, it's time to live without looking behind our backs. Didn't we come all the way out here to become someone different?" Jonathan raised his eyebrows and shook his head as he smiled at Joan. Joan helped Jonathan finish cleaning the rabbits while he jokingly chastised his brother. While preparing dinner, they argued for a little while about his temper, cussing, and downright disrespectfulness towards others. Wanyanyekova was meditating in a corner, so Joan wrapped up Wanyanyekova's plate and placed it in a corner, for they were unwilling to disturb him. The brothers talked about the old times while enjoying their dinner together before eventually getting tired and drifting off to sleep. Wanyanyekova woke up early, overhearing bits and pieces of their conversation. He felt the love the two brothers had for one another. He wrote, "Too far to turn back now. I've been here so long, trying to reach a destination, the blood, the sweat, the tears, the years, closer now than ever before, but I'm tired, drained, and in so much pain. How can I not continue on? How can I just stop right here? In the middle of nowhere, days in front of me, light years behind, energy, food, are the substances I lack, but it's too far to turn back." He smiles as he placed his pen and pad in his bag. Seeing his dinner wrapped up in a corner, Wanyanyekova got up to get it, and, as he ate, Jonathan woke up. "I'm sorry about last night." Wanyanyekova felt Jonathan's sincerity and said, "I understand that adapting to a lifestyle is not the same as being told a lie all your life. For instance, if you teach a wolf to be a dog, would he not know how to be a wolf? Deep inside, he would know something is wrong, but he would never know, unless he is told that he is not a dog, but a wolf. Basically, don't change who you are. Sabaoth uses us because of who we are, not who we are trying to be, or who we want to be." Jonathan had a bizarre look before saying, "Man, what the fuck are you talking about?" Wanyanyekova laughed so loud he woke up Joan. Joan said, "What's so funny?" Jonathan smiled. "Oh, talk to your boy, talk to your boy. Wolves and dogs are what's so funny." Wanyanyekova continued to laugh, shaking his head. "Y'all about ready to head out?" Stretching and yawning, Joan said, "Yeah." Making sure the horses had food and water, the three men continued north as Wanyanyekova talked to the brothers. "A man is not ruled by his will but by the heavens is he ruled," Jonathan quickly said. "There he goes again with that shit." Turning to Wanyanyekova. "English? Do you know English? Speaking in proverbs and stuff, do we look Chinese?" Wanyanyekova had a look on his face. "Yes?" Jonathan thought about what he said. "Damn, we are." "Well, you know what I mean." Wanyanyekova smiled. "No." Frustrated, Jonathan said, "Well, fuck you." Joan shook his head, and Wanyanyekova just smiled. "To understand me, you must understand my God." He pulled out the Torah. The first book of the Torah is Genesis. As he began to read it to them, the three passed the book to one another before long, reading to each other, and talking and discussing different events in the book. They focused on how the children of Israel were crossing the Jordan River in the book of Exodus, and before noon, they were less than a mile from the old abandoned city of Las Cruces, New Mexico. Riding along the city's edge, Wanyanyekova noticed the dome was partially surrounding the city, but it still looked abandoned. They continued to the entrance, but no one or nothing was in the front entrance. Jonathan looked at Wanyanyekova. "You can touch the walls now, no one seems to be here," and then smiled. Wanyanyekova did indeed touch the wall. The cold, smooth surface felt like water, but his hands were dry. Every spot he touched would change colors like that of a rainbow. Wanyanyekova asked, "What are those things going into the clouds?" While staring into the clouds, Those are buildings or apartments. It's where the people lived, Jones said as he continued. The smaller buildings housed the different Abenians who would come to check on the people and other stuff they did from time to time. And I can't fully tell you what that was, but the buildings in El Paso were bigger. You didn't see those? Wanyanyekova replied. There was so much going on in that city, and I wasn't paying too much attention to the buildings as much as the people. Then someone started cursing at me. Jonathan said. You got that right?